This is Dr. Vaishali and I'm reading from the book Substance of Homeopathy, book written by Dr. Rajan Shankaran. Chapter number 47, A Case from Practice. This is the transcript of the video case with an explanation. It will give a detailed case which demonstrate all aspects of the approach to a case. It demonstrates case taking, observation, importance of history of the mother during the pregnancy, root of the disease, understanding the case, rubric selection, remedy selection, follow-up and effect of allopathic drug during homeopathic treatment. This is the case of the 3-year-old boy. He gets attack of allergic asthmatic bronchitis and has been given a lot of antibiotics and allopathic medicines. His diet has been strictly controlled, yet he gets attack which lasts for 2 days despite medication. He has a cold since 2 or 3 days and it's coughing a lot, especially now as the mother is giving the history. The boy is very restless and is banging desks repeatedly with a bunch of keys. And during the attack, he becomes stubborn, violent, and irritable. He does not listen to anything. Taken together, what is this behavior? Means this is a tantrum. He is usually happy, easy to handle, and has a fixed routine. But is different child during the but is a very different child during the attack. So he is not uniformly restless and stubborn, but only in an attack. He is a very bright child and needs lot of stimulation. He is not disobedient, not aggressive or destructive. He lets other children take his toy, his bike, and he never fight back. The mother is also quite restless. The remedy is the same of both mother and son. It might be. He watch other children play, he observe, and the mother says, I have traveled a lot in the last 2 years. Maybe that has upset him. He has coughed all the years. Is he trying to bring up phlegm? I ask. And he has had pneumonia twice and malaria once, which lasted for 8 years. He tried but couldn't. The boy is still shaking the key. The mother continued speaking. The wheeze begins soon after the cold. He is very poor sleeper and he is okay for 3 hours and then starts sneezing and coughing around I am. He wants lot of water at night and often has to use an inhaler. He eats very well. My case taking technique is very simple. I just wait and watch. The patient will say the real thing, the spontaneous things. I look for the ideas. What is the situation? What are the symptoms? The boy gets angry in an interval, not all the time. Why? The boy is constantly on the move. Now mother says, he hates being scolded. I never hit him. Even if I raise my voice, he start crying. He can be very stubborn, very obstinate. He say yes or no. He is very sure of himself anytime. He is usually much quieter than this, especially for the first few minutes. Why is he different today? Because he has started whizzing. She just answer because he started whizzing. The mother restrict his diet: no nuts, no red meat, no rice, no eggs yolk, or no sour or cold things. He has seen 10 doctors and they said no sour things. The boy is now on the floor under the table. This is some observation. He loves sitting down on the floor even in the car. She asked him to stand up. No, he say. And he is very fond of grandfather and he loves music. His behavior is usually like this in the house but not outside. He is singing and banging under the table. He loves lying on the ground, putting his cheek on the ground. He points 2 fingers and pretend to shoot everyone. He does this when he is embarrassed and he is very bright boy. He get overreactive just before the whizzing starts. He is still shooting and making funny faces at the camera. Does he like the cold of the ground? He is now lying flat on the floor on his tummy. What is his behavior during that attack? I asked, and she said he is very easy when he is well. When he is ill, he will not listen. Everything is a fight. He is cranky and irritable. I let him watch video. He throws a tantrum for everything. He understands everything we say. He is very easy when well, and but like to be doing something all the time. Always remain busy. What kind of videos he watch? Cartoon, or he likes the most? And what kind of things does he like? She said violence. He like to watch Tom and Jerry and wildlife films, and if something with violence comes on, he is glued to it, means stick there, and he comes to watch straight away if there is a fighting or boxing on the television. He hates everything. His hair cut. I have to keep distracting him. I used to cut it while was in sleep, and he doesn't like having his hair washed. He is extremely fond of his grandfather and father. He is very close to his mother. He will not let anyone except me to touch. And at night, I still attend playgroup with him and play with him, and he cries if I go. He hates loud noises, and he puts his finger in the ear, and he is scared of them while there is a noise, and of a dark too, scared of fear too, dark too. He start pulling his mother. He sleep with the parent and goes to the sleep holding his mother's hair. What are his fear? I asked. And being left by his mother, afraid that the mother will go away, and this is the crucial sentence of the case. He laughed very easily. He loves the color orange, but he tend to pick up the black crayon more than any other. He observe anything new, clothes, things in the house. He will not let his mother tie up her hair or wear a headband. He reacts to the garden and to the house dust, means he is easily by exposure to garden and house dust. He loves curd and chicken a lot. His illness makes me very tense. I am waiting for the next attack. He bites his mother's hand, and he bites a lot. His aunt comes and takes him out of the room. Then he clings to me during attack, but if I pick him up, he tells me to go away. His mother said, he clings to me during attack, but if I pick him up, he tells me to go away. This is the crux of the case. I got to the point by waiting and watching. This is the most crucial feature in the case. I got the feeling that he did not want the mother to go away, yet he says, go away. If I go away, he doesn't want it. If you can solve this behavior, you can understand the case. I can lose my practice during attack, and sorry, who said this? Okay, his mother said, I can lose my patience during attack. He cried then till he is red in the face. Anytime he cry, I pick him up. I can't bear to see him cry. He knows he can get away with anything. My husband is very formal to him, very nice to him. He runs to him if he has anyone or annoy me. He sits hunched forward during the attack. He wants me around to see me. He sits with a book on his own, pretended to read, and he is not a rough child. He might pull or push me, but outside the home he is very mild. The crux of the case is what? He clings to the mother and wants her to lot, but when he is ill, he is the opposite and say, go away. What situation is this? In what situation does the child who always wants the mother start to throw a tantrum and say, go away? The child wants the mother so much and yet tell her to go away. What are the rubric? So this is the capriciousness. Homeopathy is simple, but you can have to think in a particular way. This case can only be solved by observation and by keeping silent and letting it evolve spontaneously. Many a time you do not need the repertory or the computer. 6 out of 10 cases can be solved if you put your mind to it. What is the capriciousness about? What does not he want? Touch, touch aversion to being, caresses aversion to being. The remedy is sina. It has indifference to caresses and touch aversion to be caresses. Weeping cries piteously if taken of a carried, hold of or the carried. Fear of other approaching him and irritability in the children. Look at someone cannot bear to be. He starts to scold them then and striking in the children. Read the mind symptom of the Sina in the Fatak. Where did the Sina state come from? It came from the mother. How was this root transmitted? He often says, "Go away to me at night." He has vivid dream. Whenever he sleeps, he talks, he dreams of somebody going away. The person he likes is going away from him. His favorite thing is the soothing with his finger. Whenever he is embarrassed or shy, he will not go initially with a stranger. He pushes people away if they try to caresses him or try to pick him up. He constantly kisses her mother and father. He is very affectionate. He needs more caresses and than normal people wants. Then he goes to the opposite. This is the capriciousness of the Sina. This must have been the most prominent state of the mother during the pregnancy. Wait for the information in the cases, and I keep passing for more until you get the symptom. He want the three of us together. He draws things in three. He is constantly asking for his father. The mother has never left him. The mother talks nervously, excitedly. He runs to his mother. Then she comes to him. I ask, how is his sleep? And she replied, very restless. He moves a lot in his sleep. How is appetite? And she said, he eat lots of things. My husband is quite like the opposite of him, and I am an extroverted. So that is more like me, more outgoing. He is a serious in certain aspect. He wants a complete attention. He can be really concentrated in which he is doing. And I asked her, how was the pregnancy? And she said, very good, no sickness, no food craving. She had spotting in the second month and had bed rest for 2 weeks, and she was given antispasmodic medicine. The labor lasted 12 hours and she had an epidural near the end, and she couldn't push him out at the end, and suction was needed, and I persisted. Now tell me more. And she said, in the last 4 or 5 hours I wasn't dilating, and they tried to dilate me. And what was your state of mind at that time? And she said, I was just thinking of the pain, there was nothing. So I asked, were you shouting? Were you shouting? And she said, no, I pushed my hands against the wall with each pain, and I was constantly asking for the epidural, but the doctor weren't there. They had gone away when she needed them, and I was angry. They kept saying the doctor was coming, but he didn't come. And so, how did you express your anger? And she said, I was crying for the epidural. I was begging for the epidural. When the doctor came, I slumped into his arm. The nurse kept telling me to be quiet. I lusted out at my husband and broke his glasses. And so I asked, what happened? My husband tried to caress me. I pushed him away and broke his glasses. During the labor, the doctor has gone away. The husband tried to caress her and she pushed him away. She was angry when she did not get what she wanted. And did this this state was during the pregnancy? No, the state came from before, from her childhood. What is that state of Sina in the childhood? The child did not get the attention it wanted. Then when the parents tried to caress the child, they were pushed away. I thought the baby was ugly. I didn't feel love for him. Later I heard him cry and I couldn't bear that. I didn't really respond or react to him at first. Later I was very protective to him. She did the same thing to the child, rejected, then came back. And she said, I still can't bear to hear him cry. I have a foul temper and I lose it easily. Uh, I say really mean things, and I hit below the belt. For an instant, and they say, I lash out at my husband's father. I used to lash out at my mother. I rarely lose my temper with Siddharth. I am very sensitive, stubborn. I don't like to be told what to do. The most prominent things in my is my temper. And I asked, when does it get worse? And she said, when someone says something I don't want to hear. Means rubric is ugly cross, which is mentioned in the patak. I have an outburst. I feel better afterward. I am the youngest of three sisters and I was sent away to boarding school. I really resented that the other two stayed at the home. She was angry when she went home and would throw the food and the plate out of the window. The attitude was, where was this when I wanted it? Now I don't want it. The boy was given Sina 10M and the case was referred back to the colleague of mine with a suggestion to try 50M if the 10M did not work. Now, on the follow up, the boy is sitting, playing quite gently with a little soft toy koala bear on the desk. And what happened after the remedy? I asked. And he became very active now and active and violent and started wetting himself. His sleep and appetite got better. He let his mother cut his hair. Kunzli, there is a rubric, hair cutting children refuse. In Kuzli, there is a rubric, hair cutting children refuse. It is only one remedy is Sina. The reference is given by Pierre Sumit in reference book. Having the haircut has to do with the touch, caresses, and nearness and trust. On the February 1st, they started a cough and the old malaria symptom came up. My colleague repeated the Sina 10M, but it did not help. So the boy was given antibiotic. On February 8th, he had a cough and cold and malaria symptom again. On February 27th, he had blood tests and germs were found, and he was given more antibiotic. He was wheezing all through his time. On March 15th, he saw the homeopath and was given again Sina 50M. And since then, he has been much better. He has had no attack. His sleep is better and there are no problem with behavior. On March 1st, he had malarial symptom again. As his resistance goes down, he gets wheezing. He is still on the allopathic medicine. He is still not going to school alone. He has stopped saying go away. This is now rare, and he now says no, don't go. There has been no violence since March 15th, and he does not wake much in his sleep now, and the medicine has helped his sleep and his behavior. In the last 2-3 months, he has stopped the allopathic drug, and Sina 50M was repeated once or twice. The bronchodilator did not interrupt the action of the remedy, but the antibiotic did, and they suppress the symptoms. Second follow-up, the child has been followed up for more than 2 years and remained very well.